Hello, everyone. I hope we're all having a good. Oh, right. I'm supposed to speak Spanish. Okay. Hold on.
If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know, clap your motherfucking hands. If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know, clap your motherfucking hands. If you're fucking happy and you motherfucking know,
hold on. I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. It does allow for me to do it again. Wait, I thought I set that up to make it so you can only use it once per stream. Is it not set up like that? Huh. I can't do it. Okay, so it doesn't for me. Okay, I don't know why it's saying that for eMister. I don't know why it's doing that for eMister, but whatever. It's working properly on my end. Okay, cool. Okay, now for my idea, I have a very, very silly idea. Hold on. Where the frick is Spanish? Hold on. Where the fuck is Spanish? There it is. Don't do too good of a Spanish impression here, or you might get Shadow's attention. Oh God. But let me cook, chat. Let me cook. Real quick, while I'm cooking here, I'll go ahead and read Jolt's message. Well, would you look at that? Cassandra returns from her vacation just in time for a submarine sandwich. Wait, this isn't a submarine sandwich? Oh, well, I'll have one anyway. It's 2 years worth of them now, and even though I zonk out halfway through most, I'm glad to be able to catch them and help out regardless. You're a hell of a streamer, a cool friend, even though I act like too much of a hermit to talk more regularly. Mood. And your community is awesome. Here's to many more submarine sandwiches. Thank you, Jolt. I appreciate that. Okay. 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 So I'm using Google Translate for this, so if I get anything wrong here, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Hola a todos. Espero que estén pasando una noche estupenda. Soy una Zora, tú eres una Zora, todos somos unas Zoras. Especialmente Zack Zora. I wonder if anyone Sandslash, I wonder if Sandslash understood that. Are you saying that we're all bitches? especially Zora. This is what I typed out. Hello, 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 everyone. I hope you're all having a good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing evening this fine evening. I am a bitch. You are a bitch. Everyone is a bitch, especially Zach. Bitch. Zora is bitch in Spanish. Yep. Puta is another word for bitch. To any young Spanish viewers, I am so sorry. Hi, parents of my young Spanish viewers. Hi, I'm sorry. You should probably be monitoring your kids. Halfway was tempted to make a poll about what Cinder was cooking. Tacos, burrito, nacho fries. But apparently she made some spicy pizza. Dear Spain, sorry. Oh my god. I'm going to hell. Anyway, dear Spain, lemon. Oh my god. Anyway, tonight we are going to be we're just going to be talking about the trip that I went on last week. Alright. Well, listen, we're glad to know you have the cajones to tell my mom she's a bitch because she was just here when you said that. Hi, Sandslash's mom. You should be monitoring your kid more. Because Sandslash is clearly still a kid, right? Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. But yes, we're going to be talking about... He's only fetus years old. Dear Sandslash's mom, collect your infant. Oh my god. We're gonna be talking about the trip that I went on last week. My dad and I went on a cruise. We boarded the Norwegian Escape, and it was very fun, and we will be talking about that in just a moment. I do have some background music that I want to use. So let me go ahead and get that set up. I got that Sonic Lo-Fi playlist that I like to play sometimes in the background, so we will play that. Alright, let me make sure I have everything all good. Okay, I should have the screen set up. There we go. I got everything organized in a private Discord server just to make things easier on myself. So, yeah, we'll just be looking through all these photos. Give me just a moment. Let me pull up chat on my phone just so I can still see chat while I'm doing this. This is smart, to be fair. Mm-hmm. Cinder's Spanish call-out post. Oh my god. When I get pinged in Discord, I'm not checking that right now because is it a private DM? Yeah, it's a private DM. I'm not checking that right now. Warning. The trip. Alright, so we'll probably just go down the line of like photos and stuff. Starting off, we got a bunch of like miscellaneous photos I took. These were a couple photos I took on a bridge that we were driving over. This is apparently like one of the longest bridges in the US, and I forget the name of the bridge. I just know it's one of the longest bridges in the US. It's in New Orleans, and yeah, and it definitely is long. I don't know how long we were on that sucker, but just Yeah, it was so freaking long. But like, careful, because there's a bot pretending to be Blue Sky support trying to verify your account scam. I gotcha. It's a bridge. Yeah, we were driving over this bridge to reach our destination. And this was a view from the parking garage. We could see the boat that we were going to be on from here. Pretty cool. It's a big-ass boat. It's a big-ass boat. Lake, don't you want to ride a train? Big boat. That's the room that we stayed in. Those are the beds that we slept on. I misheard driving over this bridge with driving over this bitch. And that's a view from the balcony. That's the balcony from our room. We were still in New Orleans at this time, so yeah. Was it comfy? They were pretty comfy. Who the hell is that bitch? I don't know who this bitch is. Some bitch from Memphis. I don't know. Some Zorda from Memphis. It's kind of funny. I was watching a video of someone walking 100 miles on an ocean liner over the course of a week. Got a sense of deja vu here. That sounds interesting. Also, yes, my shirt does say resting beach face. These are some photos I took before we left. Very pretty view of the bridge. The lights on it were really pretty. Colors. I can see colors. That's the view of the water that I got. That was like as we were going overseas. There was this really pretty chandelier like in the middle of the casino that I took a picture of. I just thought it was really pretty and wanted to take a picture of it. I didn't even notice that there's little like star looking thingies on the ceiling. That's cool. The power of purple sings Cinder off. The Lion, the Witch, the audacity of driving over this bitch. This was a view from the tables over at the buffet on the boat. You could see the water outside the windows, and it was really pretty. This, I forget what this is called, but you can actually, like, walk through it. Like, obviously you should wear a swimsuit while walking through it, but yeah, you could actually walk through this thing. It's not very long, it's very short, but it's nice if you just want to walk through it and, like, get a little wet and stuff. You should get out of there, it's flooding. No shit, Sherlock, that's the fucking point! Oh my god. This looks like a very elaborate bathhouse hall. At one of our destinations, we got to see... At each of our, like, destinations, there were other boats that were traveling as well. And we got to see some of them, like driving off and whatnot, or sailing off. Well, whatever the term is for driving, but for boats. Oh, lordy. I'm very smart, guys. That was a pretty photo that I got at night. Sailing. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, that was a pretty photo that I got at night. It's a little bit blurry. I couldn't get the best photo here, but I mean, it's still pretty. That was another really pretty photo that I got at night. The moon looks really pretty. Ship's driving, so the sea is a road at this point. Gotcha. I mean, the ocean is just road, but with water. Anyway. This thing, I don't know what the hell this thing is, but it looked pretty and I took a picture of it. It was just on the boat. I took a photo of it. It was pretty. And it was in the same area as where I took that chandelier earlier, and just, yeah. This was a really pretty photo that my dad took of me. Look at that sunset, jeez. Don't let this resub distract you from the fact that every single one of you here is loved and deserves the absolute best in life. Love you all. That... compared to me calling everyone a bitch at the beginning of stream. Thank you, Blue, for the 55 months for the tier 3. I appreciate it. Yeah, this sunset was really pretty. Like, my dad was insistent on, like, getting this photo. He saw like the sun going down and was like, Cassie, get out there. I want to take photos. I sent her chat, been a hot minute since I've seen you all. Hope your vacation was fun. Send her, ooh, pretty sunset. Yeah. You did what? Don't worry about it, Blue. I didn't do anything. Yeah, really pretty sunset. Oh, we saw a rainbow. There was a rainbow outside. It was so fucking pretty. It's just, the sky is gay. The sky is gay. We got to see some gay sky. Writes a wholesome message to Cinder. Cassandra, y'all are bitches. That was a pretty photo I got on the boat at night. You can see the logo on the boat and everything. Pretty cool. The sky is falling in love. That was the photo I took when we actually got back to New Orleans. That was us saying farewell. Jolt gifting us up to Chaos Diva. Heck yeah. New routine? Yes. I decided to friggin' bleh. Let me rephrase. I decided to add a lurking routine because lurkers are the backbone of Twitch and they deserve to be counted as viewers. I genuinely don't know why Twitch is freaking not counting lurkers. I don't know. Anyway. This is not a Mercedes-Benz, but a matter of fact, a casino. The boat has a casino on it, which is pretty cool. And before you say anything, don't worry. My dad and I put a limit on ourselves. We did not go too crazy. But, yeah, we spent some time at the casino on the boats. They had some pretty cool, like, slot machines. They had a roulette thing that you could do. And while you're waiting for all the bets to come in, this lady on the screen would just stare at you. And it was totally not awkward at all. But yeah, the casino was really cool. We spent a lot of time there, actually. Like, we spent some time doing, like, the slot machines and the roulette. And we even just spent some time just chilling there, and yeah. It was neat. It was my first time going to a casino as well. My personal favorite machines were this one and these machines. I spent a lot of time on those machines. Reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune PS1 FMV. Even the circle spinning board is digitized. The pool was pretty cool. The pool had like a stage by it where they would play live music and stuff, which was really neat. Here's some photos I got of it. The pool also had like a couple hot tubs next to it. A couple of showers if you needed them. They also had some water slides. I didn't do any of the water slides, but it was still cool nonetheless. Eddie, the mean old Yeti, is that you? That was a nice view of the pool that I got. That was from when I actually spent some time swimming. Oh, whoops. They had some people up on stage when I was swimming there. Also next to the pool, they have like a couple monitors where you can watch sports on them and all that, and it was cool, honestly. That was from when I went swimming at night. This does look pretty sick. Also, I hope those pools were heated. The pools did get, like, a little bit cold, like, when it was windy and stuff, but it wasn't that bad. And that's what one of the hot tubs looked like. Like, it was mainly when it got windy, which thankfully didn't happen too often. I mean, then again, I mainly went swimming when the boat wasn't moving, so the only time I went swimming, like, when the boat was actually moving was when I took these two photos, so. The arcade. The boat also has an arcade on it. And they got Mario Kart. This is where my dad and I spent most of our time in the arcade. We're both suckers for Mario Kart, so like Mario Kart Double Dash was the first game I ever played. My dad and I like played that all the time when I was a kid, and yeah. So yeah, Mario Kart is kind of our thing. That was a cool basketball thing. Sonic basketball. I know it's actually Shadow Basketball, but look, fucking Sonic is there. Does that look like Shadow to you? On the topic of Mario Kart Arcade, Bondin Street is a good song. This was a cool air hockey, table. They had, like, a bunch of... It's Pac-Man themed, by the way, which is neat. They would shoot out, like, a bunch of pucks at once, and you had to, like, shoot them into each other's goals. It was neat. Like, you could see... You could see the machine where they shot out the pucks and whatnot. It was cool. Only seen one pair of these machines, and they were the older CRT machines at a local arcade bar. Still super fucking cool. Send her DMs real quick. Okay, let me check on my phone because I don't want anything private to be shown. Oh my fucking. Okay, this I can show. This I can show real quick. Give me a moment. Let me just... Hold on, let me... Okay, here we go. Look at that. Roads, but with water. Cinder and the Zoras. Oh my god. I love it. Okay. Let's get back to it. Where did I leave off? New album cover. Let's go. They had Skee Ball, of course. I freaking love Skee Ball so much, by the way. I'm going to ignore what Joe just said in chat and move on. Oh my god. Yeah, got skee ball. They had a couple of crane games in the freaking arcade. This one had a bunch of like Mario plushies in it. Unfortunately, I didn't win anything out of them, but hey. There was also this thing where you could like stick like a key into one of these like holes and potentially get a prize. They had to like time it really good. Also, unless I wasn't saying to delete the message. I was just being funny saying that I was just gonna ignore Joe's message. I didn't say delete it. Joe was fine. If I wanted the message to be deleted, I would have said something. These were some cool machines. Got Typhoon. Got Super Bikes 2, I think that says. Oh, what's the one in the middle? Storm Racer G Deluxe, I think that says. Couple of other cool machines here. It's something Angry Birds related. Looks like it's money related. That is Monster Drop? I'm not 100% sure what that is. I didn't get to try that. Quick Shot. I didn't try that, but that seemed cool. I hope things like this are at MagFest. Got a Jurassic Park Raw Thrills machine. Tickets! 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 Can I zoom in more? Oh man, I can't. Anyway, tickets! There's a Guitar Hero machine, a Stacker machine. It had some pretty cool stuff, honestly. It was a pretty neat little arcade. It wasn't a big arcade, but it was still neat. That's a lot of tickets. Food. This is dinner we had the first night we stayed. Some fish and chips, and they also had some pretzel bites at the at one of the restaurants we ate at. And yeah, it was pretty good, honestly. There's a dessert that we tried at the buffet. I think this is some kind of like custard, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but it was good, whatever it was. This was some Jell-O they had also at the buffet. This was pretty good. Cream custard? Okay, gotcha. Cream custard. This was some food I had in Cozumel. They were some cheese quesadillas. They were pretty good. I enjoyed them. Some chocolate mint ice cream that I also had in Cozumel, which was really good. Hello, Gabby. Hope you're doing good. That was one of the mimosas that I had while on the boat. They know how to make their drinks, honestly. No, I did not get wasted. I only had like a few drinks while on the boat. I know how to limit my I know how to limit myself. Just got back from a mini trip. Nice. I'm currently talking about the trip that I had last week where my dad and I went on a cruise. It was fun. Oh, they have a bake shop on the boat. They sell like cupcakes there, and they also have macarons there. Didn't think you'd be much of a drinker, if at all. I'm not like too much of a drinker. Like, usually my limit is like 1 or 2 drinks, and that'll typically be it. And even then, I usually tend to only drink either at home or when I'm around someone I trust. So, yeah. You lack discipline, Cinder? I have discipline. I have discipline, thank you very much. But yeah, these are some macarons that I bought from the bake shop on the boat. They had different flavors, but the flavors that I bought were raspberry and lemon. I do the same thing, but like once every blue moon. Disciplined or Blaze. These were some more desserts I had, some more Jell-O, and this cake was really good. The piece of chocolate that's on top of it, that's mint chocolate. That piece of chocolate was pretty freaking good. And the entire cake itself was really good as well. Not 100% sure what flavor it was, but it was good nonetheless. Sushi. These were a couple of photos of the sushi that I had on the boat. This was called a dragon roll. And this was called a tiger roll, and also had some California rolls, but I didn't take any photos because I had already eaten it. And my cat just walked into my room. Hi, Ara. Hi. I forgot to close my bedroom door, and now you're in here. I was impressed at how much cruise ships can fit into one big ass boat. Or I heard you talking about food. Ooh, this dessert, we had this at the same place where we got the sushi. This dessert was really freaking good. I loved it. I don't remember what it was called, but it was good. It was good. And then, I think it was in Roatan? Yeah, it was in Roatan. I tried this fruit. I don't remember what it's called. I'm sure if Sandslash is still here, he can say the name of it since he actually lives in Honduras. But I tried it. It was definitely different from some other fruits that I've had. But it was still good. Like, different doesn't always mean bad. It was good. It was good. Gonna be like a chocolate mousse cup. Litchi, that's what it's called. Thank you, Sandslash. Yeah, it was interesting. Alright, and now the photos that we took at all the different places, starting with Cozumel, Mexico. Starting off, these were a couple photos I took of the water. The water was really pretty, by the way. Some later photos, you'll get to see, like, how pretty it was in Cozumel. These are some photos that I just took while we were waiting to go to our activity for the day. This was really cool. They had like these little boards that they put like different designs on. They were really cool. You can see like they had some really cool designs on them. Like you could see Sonic, Charizard, Eevee, Naruto, Gengar. They had some sports themed ones too. You see Hello Kitty, Spider-Man, Minnie Mouse, Stitch, Sally. I didn't buy any of these, but I just thought they looked cool, so I took a photo of them. And this was where we got to swim with dolphins. There are the dolphins actually swimming around. I actually do have some photos of my dad and I actually swimming with the dolphins, but I did not think to save them before starting the stream, so... But once I get them saved, I can send them in the Discord server so y'all can see. That was the view I got from the table where I ate those quesadillas. Oh, whoops. Glad they weren't the asshole types or the weed types. Just some more photos I got of like the scenery and whatnot. This bracelet, I bought this bracelet. It's made from actual amethyst. Excuse me. The person that sold these like made them from like actual stones and gemstones. They had like one made from obsidian, one made from like jade, I think, and I bought an amethyst one. Cinder bracelet. These guys were really freaking cool. I'm glad that I got a photo with them. Yeah, these were performers that were there around Cozumel, and I got to take a photo with some of them. They were really freaking cool, and their outfits are just incredible. That was just a cool statue that I saw. Sands and Papyrus! Yes! That's Sands and Papyrus. Oh my god. That was a photo that I got in front of that Puerto Maya, I think is how you pronounce it. In front of that sign. That was a view I got of some of the boats. The boat that we stayed on is the one on the left. Or, I guess... There's a boat that's kind of off the side here. It's not that one. It's this one. I don't know if my mouse is showing up on the screen. If it is, it's this one. This is the one that we stayed on. You get the chancla. You did Spanish right. Congrats, you get the chancla. Fun fact. You're probably gonna hate me for this, Sandslash, but when I first saw the word chancla, I mispronounced it as chancellor. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, look at that water. Just look at that water. That's a photo of me in front of the boat. Look at that. Look at how blue it is. Look at how freaking blue that is. I want to drink it. It's probably filled with freaking salt. Yeah, it is so freaking pretty. Is my cat still in my room? I do not see her. Let me make sure she's out of my room. Okay, yeah, she's out. Okay, I can close my door. Ugh, okay. I'm going to slurp. You don't see waters like that stateside? Mm-hmm. It's freaking gorgeous. Also, yeah, have a good night, Chi. And now we're going to Roatan, Honduras. It was raining. And as you can see, I took a selfie of me in a poncho. My dad thankfully brought some ponchos because he checked the weather, and yeah. I'm not going to sleep. I said I'm going to slurp. Oh, you're going to slurp the forbidden Kool-Aid. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. Anyway, these are some photos that I got of some scenery. Port Roatan. When I was showing these photos to my family, my mom kept calling it freaking Roatan. What the fuck? It made me think I was having a wake up Claire moment. Wake up, Chi. Wake up, Square. Anyway, we went on this boat. This is a glass bottom boat where we could go under the boat and actually like see under the water and stuff. Yeah, these are the windows that we looked out of. This is me sitting in front of the windows. Yeah, due to the rain, it wasn't like as clear as it normally is, but I still got some decent photos. sailed over some coral reefs and got to see like different stuff down there. It was cool. And also, fun fact, this freaking thing, this was the first time I ever legit actually felt like full-on motion sickness. Like, that was probably the worst motion sickness I had ever felt. Like, I was fine at first, and then all the movements started happening, and I was just like, oh god. But Cinder, you and your dad took some motion sickness pills with you on the cruise trip. Did you take any? I didn't think to take any because I never actually fully experienced motion sickness like that before. My dad was actually smart and took a pill before getting on here. But, not moi. Oh, lordy. But yeah, thankfully, I do want to preface this. I did not throw up, thank God. I do want to go ahead and say that. I did not throw up. I just felt like my head was just feeling awful. Motion sickness pills also don't help if you vacate your stomach contents one way or another. Just uncomfortable? Yeah, just very uncomfortable. Thankfully, like, at some point, after a while, we went back on top of the boat. And thankfully, once we got, like, back on top of the boat, I actually did start to feel better. So I think it was just, like, the movement from, like, underneath the boat. Because, like, when I was on top of the boat, I was fine. I don't know, my body's weird. And then these were some random photos I got of, like, the scenery as we sailed along. Like a very prob? Maybe. I don't know. Who's that bitch? It doggo. And we passed by some tigers that were in that cage there. I don't know who that bitch is. She keeps showing up in these photos. I have no idea who she is. Just more scenery I took. My body's on a schedule. Roderick Heffley 2008. By the way, completely random, but when I go to MagFest this upcoming January, I'm probably gonna end up taking a bunch of photos while I'm there. Would you guys like me to do this kind of stream for that? And I can, like, show off a bunch of photos I took during MagFest. Would you guys be cool with me doing that? Because I feel like that'd be fun. Hell yeah, yeah. Photos fun. Which, by the way, I do want to go ahead and say to anyone who is, like, going to MagFest and wants to get a picture with me, you do have my consent to post it to social media. You have my consent to post my face on social media, don't worry. These are just some more photos that I got on the boat. And that was just a cool little shot of, like, the boat with the water that I got. Boat. Water. Boat. I want to have a mask on before I have my face in photos / vids, if that's cool. That's completely fine, G. Don't worry. That is a-okay. Is too camera shy for face to be shown on social media. This thing we went to, this was a little, like, I forget what the place is called, but basically, you go in and you sit down and they basically give a presentation all about, like, coconuts and chocolate and give, like, a little bit of history on them, and they let you, like, sample some, like, coconuts and chocolate. It was honestly cool. And the samples we got to try were good. And you also got to, like, buy some products as well, which is cool. Actually, hold on. Give me a second. I need to do this. Because I completely forgot to include this in the food part of this presentation. Give me a second. I need to open this so I can get a good photo of them. Give me a second. Let me cook, chat. Yeah, I did bring these home with me, so I can actually take a photo of them. Alright, let me post that into food. There we go. We did buy some, chocolate while we were there. We ended up eating most of the chocolate, but I also bought myself some cookies. They're very good cookies. I still haven't finished them yet. I will finish them at some point, but yes, they are very good cookies. Oh, Coconut Adventures. That's the name of the place that we went to. The freaking packaging has the name of the place on it. I probably should have checked that. Yeah, Coconut Adventures was the name of the place we went to where they talked about, like, coconuts and chocolate and stuff. Alright, let's go back here. This is some cool art that I took a photo of. Cocoa fiber art. So is this made from, like, cocoa fiber, I guess? It's cool either way. Shall one ever get to experience MagFest because I'm not great with crowds or with strangers? And these were just more photos I took. Oh, look! I found Lucagen. I totally didn't steal that joke from Rainding. Definitely not. There's this guy sitting here playing some music. He was pretty cool. That was a cool shot of the boat that I got. Just some more scenery photos. Who's that bitch? And before Cinder somehow finds me at one of these food stands. More photos. Is the music still going? Oh, it is. Okay. I don't know why it stopped there for a moment. Oh well. Oh, frickin' computer, shut. Anyway. These cute little things. They're like little charm things that I bought while on Roatan. They're pretty cool. There's like a rainbow hummingbird. Then you got this little macaw over here. They're pretty. I like them. Right. Harvest K Belize is up next. It was also raining a bit, but thankfully not as bad as it was in Roatan. So, yeah. Hello, Nebulana. Good to see you. I'm just currently talking about the cruise trip that I went on last week. Showing off some photos that I took on the trip. It was a very fun trip. I'm just now getting to the photos that I took in Harvest Caye, Belize. These are just some photos that I took while walking down the dock, pier, whatever the frick is called. Port, I don't frickin' know. Anyway. Cool shot I got there. Harvest Caye. Also, that guy wearing the orange backpack there, that's my dad. he was in the shot when I took this photo. Thank you for the art again earlier. Looks like your trip was very enjoyable. It was, and I'm glad that you really liked the art. I was just like, you know what? I want to do something fun for Anna. And your character was really fun to draw, by the way. I genuinely enjoyed drawing her. Got some more scenery photos right here. Wow, so much grass. I know, you should touch it, bitch. There's at least 3 grass. Hi, Maniacal. Good to see you as well. Omega, count how many grass there is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's certainly a greeting of all time. Belize. Okay, I'll stop. That's more scenery photos right here. This was when we started getting on a boat to take a tour of a rainforest. Cool shot of some boats right there. This is a view from the boat that we were on. You can see our cruise ship from there. I'm glad she was very cathartic to draw when I designed her, so I'm glad others find her fun to draw. I genuinely enjoyed drawing her. I love doing like the little details in her like hair, her accessories and all that. It was fun. Also, wow, got him. Can't believe the Belize sign got bought by Google. Oh my god. There's a view of the water right there. I also took a video while on the boat as well. This video. Whoa, that's loud. Hold on. There we go. That was a video I took from when we were going back to where we started. Just a neat little video of us on the boat. And then, where did I stop? Okay, here we go. Who's this bitch on the boat? Who's this freaking bitch right here wearing the freaking Throne Controllers Coliseum shirt? And this is where we started getting into the Monkey River and the rainforest and everything. It was honestly really cool. Oh, that's the wrong photo. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I spy a Throne Controller shirt. Didn't Claire announce an event in the near future? Did she? I genuinely don't remember. If so, I look forward to hearing more info about it. Yeah, we saw a couple of birds. At one point, we saw like an iguana in one of the trees. When we were actually in the rainforest, it was hard to get photos of them because they were like high up in the trees. But we actually saw some wild monkeys. And it was freaking cool. I think so. I don't remember if it was related to the con she was at or not. Monkey. Bird. Anyway. There's just some more pictures of the river that I took. Bird up. Bird up. Burr, 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 burr. There's a white bird over there. I think that's like some kind of heron. I think there were a lot of herons we saw. Yeah, I think this is when we actually started, like, walking through the rainforest. Or we're starting to get there, actually. Yeah, this is where we started walking through it. I don't remember what kind of fruit that is, but I just thought it was a nice little thing to take a photo of, so yeah. Before we continue the photos, this was a video I took of us walking through it. Okay, I have the volume down. Thank God. Were those tamarins? I do not know. Yeah, it was really cool. Found it. It's called Streamers vs. Everybody Holiday Special from December 5th to December 7th. Oh, okay. Just some more photos I took as we were walking around. Oh shit, that's happening around my birthday. When is your birthday, by the way, Anna? I don't think I ever asked. December 7th? Nice! BRB, gonna write that down real quick. There we go. As you can probably tell, the rainforest was definitely, well, rainy. And it was definitely muddy to, like, walk through. Thankfully, I was smart and wore some old shoes and not my new shoes, just because I didn't want my old shoes, I didn't want my new shoes to get muddy, especially since I just got them, so I wore some older shoes instead. And before I'm flooded with beta wishes that day. That was just a cool photo I got of, like, a rest stop that we went to. They also had a gift shop here. I don't have a photo of that right now, but I did buy a t-shirt here. I don't have a... I bought 2 t-shirts on this trip. I bought one here, and then I bought another one when I was in Costa Maya. Unfortunately, again, I don't have photos of them right now. I can send them, like, once I actually get photos of them, though. Probably next time I'll wear them or something. I misheard old shoes as mold shoes. Me with the freaking Throne Controller shirt. Look at this freaking outfit. Look at this freaking silly ass outfit I got going on here. I got my old ass shoes that are kind of muddy from walking around in the rainforest. You got these shorts. You got this shirt, this bag, then you got this hat. Oh, lordy. Cassie's moldy toes? What? My toes are not moldy. Oh my god. There's just some pretty flowers that I took a photo of. That, I don't know exactly what kind of bird that is. I think it's like some sort of like species of duck. But it was cool. As we were going by, we got to see it. Like, it was just swimming around and it was like going under the water, probably looking for fish and whatnot. And it would come back up and like poke its head up for a bit. Then it would go back down, poke its head up again. Why are you talking about toes on You're the one who brought up toes in the first place. Oh, lordy. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Cool shot of the boat right there as we were going back. Cool wooden toucan statue. We went through this place called Wildlife Experience. It was basically like a little mini zoo. I feel responsible. Oh, lordy. So more submerged duck. This video right here. Butterflies! They had a butterfly garden that you could walk through. I forget what one of the species of butterflies is, but the main one that was in there was the blue morpho butterfly. It was cool to see in person. I remember hearing about blue morpho butterflies on freaking Go Diego Go, oddly enough. So it was cool to finally see them in person. Those are just some pupas. Please do not touch the pupas. A blue morpho? Yep. They were really pretty. Oh my god, you too, Cinder. Yeah, I think I remember on Go Diego Go, the whole thing that they taught about blue morpho butterflies is that the reason why, like, animals don't go after them when they, like, fold down their wings to show, like, their blue coloring and whatnot is because normally in some animals, bright colors equal poisonous. So animals would see, like, the blue coloring on the blue morpho butterfly and be like, oh shit, can't eat that. That's gonna kill me. When in actuality, blue morpho butterflies are harmless. It's just a protection measure for them, so yeah. There's an iguana. There's an iguana. His name is Iggy. I actually don't know if that's his name, nor if it's a boy or girl. I don't know. You shall be called Iggy in my heart. There's a toucan up there. Unfortunately, I did not have some Fruit Loops to give it. Though funny enough, I actually did eat Fruit Loops for breakfast that morning. Milk snakes do the same thing. They're not harmless, but apparently they don't taste great even if you see past the colors. I barely saw any Godiego. Did not have Nick Jr. growing up. My only exposure to them was watching VHS tapes of Blue's Clues and occasionally catching Oswald the Octopus on Saturday mornings. Ah! I remember Oswald. Oswald was great. Same with Blue's Clues. They were both fantastic. It was hard to get a photo of it because it was hidden behind, well, leaves and trees and whatnot. But there was a scarlet macaw in here. It was a very pretty bird. Say hello to Iggy in my heart, chat. Steve was and still is my goat. There's a snake right there. I think that's a boa constrictor. Me with a Belize sign. My freaking outfit again. That's a really cool shot of the boat that I got as we were walking back. I still have 2 orange VHS tapes with Blue's Clues episodes. Right, Costa Maya. Costa Maya, Mexico was our last stop before we headed back to New Orleans. This is a really pretty mural that I got a photo of. This was when we visited Chacchoban to check out some Mayan ruins, which we'll get to in just a moment. Fun fact, if a scarlet macaw gives you their tail feather here in Honduras, congrats, you became friends with it. However, they were illegal to have them as pets here. Which is a cool shot I got. That's as we were walking in. Chacchoban. And this was when we started actually, like, seeing some ruins. Look at that. There were some really good shots I got here. Oh, hold on. I closed out of that too quickly. Ruins. Professor Layton would have a field day. Just look at that. Look at that. I forgot I freaking wore my Comedy Barn shirt today. Or that day. Not today. I'm not even wearing that shirt today. I'm wearing a freaking Mario Kart shirt underneath a Purple Cliff hoodie. Here's me and my dad. Thankfully, someone was kind enough to take a photo of the both of us. You can see where I got my freaking 5'8" tall ass legs from. Me and my dad again. There's just me by myself. No, that is not alcohol. That is just a can of water. That is just a can of water that the bus that we took gave us. Which, by the way, to anyone who ever, like, hangs out with me and stuff, make sure I always have water on me at all times. Otherwise, I can and will get dehydrated, and I can and will get close to passing out. Because, my body hates me. God, just look at these photos that I got. Cassandra, be sure you have a bottle of water with you at all times. I'll see if I can grab us some water bottles at Mac. Hell yeah. By the way, they had like 2 sets of stairs that you could walk up to reach these buildings. They had like some normal steps that you could walk up, which were kind of a pain in the ass, but otherwise all right. And then they had another set of steps, which they dubbed the Rocky Balboa steps. The steps are much bigger and much longer, and yeah. I went up the easier steps. My dad took the Rocky Balboa steps. Oh, lordy. Make sure I have my rescue inhaler at all times, because if I don't, I'm fucked due to my severe asthma. I gotcha. Speaking of water, I just reminded myself to hydrate. Where's the road? Road. Sorry. Yeah, I started taking my glasses off during this tour because it was so freaking hot and my face was just getting so sweaty and my glasses were fogging up, so I just put them in my purse. I can still see fine without my glasses. It's just like if I don't wear them for like long periods of time, my eyes will actually start like getting like really strained and tired and whatnot. So anyway, here's some more pictures. Freaking TY. Here's some pictures of some trees. This is called Ultra Sensual. Oh, okay, let me break out of the Uwu voice for a moment. We got to see some wild monkeys during this tour as well. And thankfully, I actually kind of got a good picture of one. It is blurry, especially since they were still far away. But you can see the monkey up in the tree here. Yeah, like everyone was like paying attention to the monkeys. There was like a whole group of them and they were like jumping across the trees and whatnot. It was honestly a cool sight to see. Okay, anyway, back to the Uwu voice. Okay, so we got some more woo-wins here. Here's some more woo-wins. Even more woo-wins. Oh, look at that! More woo-wins. Some wild wingings? Yes. Got this Costa Maya sign. Ooh, woo-wins. Got this cool picture that I took. More pictures here. Black, white, green, or blue. Show off your natural hue, flamingo. We got to see some flamingos. Every time I see monkeys now, I think of the Clydesdale monkeys from Putt Putt. Flamingo. They were pretty flamingos too. And yeah, that's all the photos that I have to show off here. This was genuinely a really fun trip, and I'm glad that my dad and I did this. If any of you ever want to like go on a cruise one day, I highly recommend you check out the Norwegian Cruise Line with the Norwegian Escape down in New Orleans, because that cruise is freaking amazing. I cannot see anything without my glasses unless it's really close to me. Darn nearsightedness. The main reason why I started wearing glasses in the first place was when I was really young. I had problems with my eyes crossing. So basically I was given glasses to help fix that. Thankfully that problem is stopped, but my vision is still like not 100%, so I still need glasses. I also wear contact lenses sometimes as well, but I'm currently out of contact lenses at the moment and haven't ordered any more yet, so I am currently wearing glasses. I have astigmatism. I don't know if I still do, but I remember like years ago I had astigmatism. I think it went away. Is that a thing that goes away sometimes? I don't remember. I just remember I had something in my eye that eventually went away over time. Or maybe it was just like a little scratch that healed over time. I genuinely don't remember. I have an eye stigmata. I do know that my right eye is actually slightly weaker than my left eye. And for a while, I actually did wear like 2 different prescriptions of contact lenses. Like one in my left eye and one in my right eye. My right eye obviously had the stronger contact prescription. I didn't have it for the longest time, and then it came back. That's yeah. I hate it when that happens, when something goes away and you think, yay, I'm free! And that comes back, you're just like, fuck! Oh, lordy. The stigmata is wounds similar to crucifixion. What? Why are your eyes getting crucified? Now there's a whole new meaning to that one song that goes, I'm crucified. Get it? I'm crucified. Anyway. Oh, lordy. What the hell did I come back to? Oh, nothing much. Just us crucifying eyeballs. Don't worry about it. Sorry, I was just checking something in my Discord server real quick. Jesus for the eyes, 500. What? Where did the 500 come from? Thank God for Angry Orchard. Yep, I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna nod and say yes. Is a George and Harold situation. Uh-oh, here we go again. Jeopardy category, I don't know. I'll take Jesus for the eyes for 500. Which means I have bifocals again. Yay! Yay, bifocals! Yay! Is there anything else I can talk about? Oh God. Oh God. I just remembered a story during the trip. So while we were in Roatan, we had just gotten done with the Glass Bottom Boat tour, and we were waiting to be called to the bus to go to our next destination. While we were waiting, we had some time to kill, and there was a food vendor, and I decided to go to the food vendor, and I was like, you know what, I'll order some chicken tenders while I wait. So I ordered the chicken tenders, and I got myself a Coca-Cola as well. And they called us back to the bus before the chicken tenders could be brought out. So I did not get my chicken tenders. I didn't spend much money on the chicken tenders. It was only $12, not really a huge loss. But my dad would not stop teasing me about it for the rest of the day. Like when we were back on our cruise boat, we were at the buffet and we had just gotten done eating lunch. And he just goes, all right, now that we have some energy, you want to get back off the boat and see if you can go get those chicken tenders? He just kept teasing me about it, and I'm just like, shut up. I would also do the same to my kid if that happened to them. My chicken tendies. It's fine though. It's fine. Again, I did not spend that much money on them, so I wasn't too torn up about it. Like, $12 is nothing. You get no chicken tendrils. Oh, God. Actually, you know, one thing I could do right now. I'm gonna check my emails real quick. And maybe see if I can get some of those dolphin photos downloaded. Let's see, I have the email flagged. Yep, here we go. $12 is normal for decent fast food these days. Considering they spent like $120 back in September, $12 is really nothing. Let's see. Alright, I'm downloading a couple of photos right now. Alright, I'll download the rest of them later. I got 4 saved that I can show off. Alright, I'll post them in the Cosmos section. Okay, there we go. Now I can show them off. Alright, back to Cozumel. Here they are. Look at me with the dolphin. There's my dad with the same dolphin. The dolphin's name is Golden Boy, by the way. I forget the other dolphin's name, but this was really cute. And then this photo of us together. Yeah, this trip was genuinely a lot of fun. I definitely would like to do another cruise in the future. Maybe I'll try a different one. Maybe I'll do this one again. Who knows? But either way, this is definitely something I would like to try again in the future. Now, those are some cute dolphins.